So I had a dream that the Lord put on my spirit to share with somebody. It's 1 in the morning, so I'm a little tired. I just woke up, but He quickened my spirit to share this with somebody, and I'm gonna let you know what happened in the dream, and then I'm gonna explain what the Lord put on my spirit to say about it. So, in the dream, me and a group of people was exploring some type of cave, and while in the cave, there was a certain person, a certain a certain lady that kept closing gates behind her, and that was blocking the rest of the group from getting through the gates. So as we were blocked by one gate, we had to find a way around to another way to get to the next level that we were going to. And in the midst of it, in the midst of the first gate being closed, me and my group, we were walking around and we came to a a chasm, I guess. You know what I mean? Like a separation between one area and another, and there was a big hole at the bottom. So somebody that I knew personally, well, I knew both people personally. The one that was closing the gate and the other one that was with me in this other group. So this person in this other group, well, this person with me in this group, they tried to get over. It looked like you can get from one side to the other pretty easily, but there was a bunch of, it looked like trash and cardboard boxes in the way and stuff like that. And I know that's unfitting for a cave setting, but it was a bunch of like trash and cardboard boxes in the way. So as this person tried to jump over, they fell down into the pit in a loud crash, and they, cried out, ah, and people was looking through, and they ended up pulling them out of the pit, and ended up, it was like, we can't get through. People was talking about they can't get through. So me, I I found some wood that I was able to put across the pit. I mean, the to make a little makeshift bridge, and I was able to walk through safely. I was able to, because the group had decided to give up and try to go find another way, but as they walked off, I found this piece of wood, and I put it on, like, put it from one side to the other, and I climbed up a little bit, stepped up the little steps that was there, and then I moved across easily. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was like, "How did you do that? How did you do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just put this piece of wood here, and I was able to walk past." So then the dream switches. You know, we get past that obstacle, and now we're walking. We catch up with the other group that was on the other side of the gate, and that was closed in front of us. And then we get back with that group, and we're walking around again. We exploring this cave again, and then as we're walking, this person that closed the first gate closes another gate, and this time, I see the person that I see the young lady that did it, and I'm like, why is she closing gates? And but nobody else paid attention to it until we get to another area, and then then the dream switches again back to the first chasm that we passed over, that you know I had put the wood over to get across, but the wood had failed this time, and now people were looking like, well, how are we gonna get past? How are we gonna get back across? You know what I mean? Because and then now it's looking like people gotta. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like a staircase on the other side, but there was a way that I looked and I seen on the side that, you know, as people were trying to make their way across this chasm, you know, some people were falling, some people was able to, you know, walk to the other side, and there was some stairs that was leading down. But me, I saw this, you know, this ledge or this bar to the side that I was able to jump on and like shimmy over to the side and get across and jump down safely. You know what I mean? And people was just amazed that I was able to do this. I was like, well, you know, I was confused about it. But uh, that was a little side note because, you know, we had to get back to where, you know, we had to get back to an area, the area that we had came from, and the gate, you know, was closed from, the access gate was closed again. So we had to make our way back to the original spot. But towards the end of the dream, the person had closed another gate, but this time I had caught them. That I had caught them in my grasp, and I was squeezing them really tight. Like what's going on? What are you doing? Why you keep closing gates and stuff in front of us or behind us? And then the group, they caught wind, you know, and they was like, well, yeah, she's the one closing the gates, and you know this and that, and her whole plan was blew up. You know, everybody had caught on, and everybody had found out what was going on. So at this point, there was no more lying. There was no more, you know, there was no more hiding it. Nothing. Like this person was just caught fully. You know, so there's like everybody was like, "Oh, what are you doing? What's going on?" So as the truth came out, and the person that was doing malicious back dealing and closing gates and stuff and trying to block our way, they were exposed for what they were doing, and then everything that they had been doing in the dark had came up and had, you know, pretty much, I guess, you know, their own, through their own hand, they ruined their own life. You know what I mean? I really can't put it any clearer than that. You know, so through their own actions and deeds and willing and dealing and you know, backbiting and everything like that, they they were exposed. Their plans were, their plots and schemes were exposed, and you know, their life fell apart as a result. You know, and they walked away defeated. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what happened after that because the person just walked off, and then the dream kind of ended. But what the Lord was telling me about this dream was that somebody has a person that's close to them that's closing doors and doing back, you know, willing and dealing in the background of your life. And this is somebody that you trust. It's somebody that you're close to. You know what I mean? Because it's somebody that I'm pretty close to in real life. You know? But with the first dream, the first part of the dream where we, you know, where they closed the gate, the first gate, and we went to the, you know, the chasm, and I put the wood on there. Excuse me. This person, well, when we put the wood on when we got to the first gate, we put the wood on there. You know, the Lord was telling me that somebody that, you know, because the person that fell into the chasm and hurt themselves and was pulled out and then fell in again, this person used to be close to me as well. So, you know, that was the Lord. The Lord spoke to me saying that this person, whoever they are in your life, this person set themselves up to hurt themselves. You know, like they they pretty much messed themselves over for messing with your life. You know what I'm saying? And God took them around. so that this enemy, through their own actions, hurt themselves twice. But he provided a way for you to pass by unharmed, even though it didn't seem like a way to get over. Like, that's what I was saying with the wood, putting the wood on there and walking through safely. And everybody's like, "Oh, how'd you do that?" God kept you through that situation. Then the second part of the dream, when I shimmied across, on the little hanging bar, and I was able to jump down safely. Whatever situation that was going on, once again, God kept you, you know, he kept you safe in that situation as well and brought you through it by unconventional means, is what I'm hearing, you know. And I'm stumbling because I'm not really good at, like, I've never really gotten a dream like this to where I had to explain it, you know what I mean? Like, this is new to me, so. But this is, the Lord put it on my spirit to share it. So this is for somebody. This is definitely for somebody. So he brought you through an unconventional means where everybody else was falling in the pit. Some people were walking on the side, you know what I mean? But you were able to fast track and get to, get down safely to where people thought that you would, fall down the pit too. But nah, he kept you through, and you were able to do it with relative ease. And then the last part of the dream, where the person was caught, the person that kept closing doors behind you was caught. That was God. Pretty much now God is about to expose the people who've been wheeling and dealing in the background and doing you dirty without without your knowledge. The people that you thought that was your friends, the people that you thought you were close to, he's about to expose them, and they're about to, through their willing and dealing, their life is about to be, it's about to, I don't know if it's about to end, but it's about to shatter. You know what I mean? It's definitely about to shatter through their own actions for coming at you, child of God. That's just what he told me. That's just what he's telling me. I don't know who this is for, but I pray that God blesses you through the trials and the storms that you went through, but that he kept you through, that he brought you through in unconventional means. But he's about to expose that enemy that's been trying to close doors in your life. That's what I've been trying to get to. He's about to definitely expose them, and all of their willing and dealing and backdoor activities is about to catch up with them pretty soon. Really soon. Hey, it's about to be unexpected, but they whole plan about to shatter. God is definitely about to do some exposing. He about to do some elevating for you and anybody that's attached to you that's been doing good, that's been helping you out and everything like that. Elevation is definitely coming. But for that person that's been doing background activity, malicious stuff, just know that they about to feel it. They about to feel the wrath of God, and all of that stuff they were doing in the background to bring you down and to block you. It's about to expose them. So I don't know who that's for, but talk to y'all later. I love y'all, man.